This is Mari Lane for the Buying Space channel. Today I come to you with an unboxing. Definitely this is an unboxing. This was an eBay purchase from someone that I actually don't know, who only has a few items listed on eBay, but they had the exact item that I wanted. Since I have been ill, I haven't been able to do my dishes. And so my brother does my dishes. And I love my brother and is so kind to come help me. But he got butterfingers one day. And he was reaching across the counter to get paper towels. And it hit the ground. Or the floor. Oh, it hit the floor. Oh my goodness, it was tragic. And this is the same one. I've told many of the resellers I know that I like Blue Willow. This is a smaller version of what I had. But anyway, I collect Blue Willow, Johnson Brothers, and Churchill, and I have quite a bit of it already, so I may not need a set of plates because I have, I think, 14 plates, and we use these for our everyday dishes. This is not something that's brought out during the holidays. And so I occasionally get chips and stuff, but with the plates, it's no big deal. Of course, you know, it's my Blue Willow, since we use it, has to be food safe. And it has to be not have cracks on it or chips that would cause a hazard. It has to be usable. This is not being put up in a china cabinet. I received some of my grandmother's Blue Willow, and then I've purchased some over the years in the 80s and 90s. Well, what I purchased in the 90s was from the 80s, but and then I got some, I think the Johnson Brothers I might have bought later than the 90s at Macy's. They had China out for a while. But I found the saucer and creamer at a yard sale. And the creamer that was broken was different than this. It doesn't match my sugar bowl, but it is adorable. But it is what you would expect. See, I thought I'd hit the jackpot with this purchase. But, I mean, it's still a good purchase. What she did was she put this at auction for $10. And I thought it was because she expected it to go crazy. And it very well could have. Because if it was near the holidays or Mother's Day, this piece could have gone for $50, definitely over $30. But the seller decided to start the bidding at auction on 10 on this. And I was the only one to bid. It's definitely worth, most people would have, if they were going to do a flat price, would have done 20. Flat price, you know, buy it now kind of thing. But she put it at auction hoping that it would go to like 50, because I looked around the internet for a very long time to try to find this. The one I had was definitely taller. But the things, it's just about not very much taller. But it did have the same seal, and it did have the embossing around the edge. The embossing is slightly different. It's very hard to tell in photos about these pieces. Now, most of them either have a seal or embossing. This has both. My piece had both. This is kind of, it feels a little bit wider at the bottom. Mine had less of a base. I mean, it's a beautiful piece, and I only paid $10 for it, but it's not the same as the one I had, and it's very difficult. I went to replacements to look for the one I had, and there was nothing there. It was normally $43. So I went to eBay, and I looked around, and I found this at auction for $10, and I thought, okay, I'll place one bid on it and see how it goes. Now, the handle was the same, absolutely, with this nip up here to put your thumb when you pour the creamer. Very beautiful pattern, same pattern, absolutely the same design on it. And I wanted to say something at this point. Blue Willow is not just blue and white china. All the time, especially on Facebook Marketplace, I will go and they'll have the blue and white china with the little windmills on it. That's not Blue Willow. Blue Willow has a love story behind it. Now you see there's two birds. This is about a Japanese girl who falls in love with one of her father's servants. He doesn't agree, and they end up basically dead. It's kind of Romeo and Juliet-ish. So anyway, so there's always two birds in Blue Willow. There's always a house, and this kind of odd bush that has hedges that have been clipped to look like spheres, and a house and a bridge. This is kind of a fence, though. Usually there's a bridge and a boat, and then there's another house on the other side. And this odd tree with the very long, fluffy branches is usually on there. And then there's the designs are Romanesque. Usually it's the Greco-Roman squares that are at the top. I think mine had that. That is a difference in the pattern. So, but definitely, it's not Blue Willow if it doesn't have those elements in it, or some of those elements, because the Blue Willow pattern is about a story. So it has windmills on it, or if it has just blue designs on it, that look like Asian Pacific type designs, and it's blue and white china, it's not Blue Willow. So don't market Blue Willow unless it has these elements on it to tell that story about forbidden fruit for a Chinese young lady who decided to date a servant, and she was of a class higher than that. Fell in love with him, and they ended up dying. So I guess that story started to ward off young ladies from marrying out of their class, which is very foreign to us. Those types of things happened in America too. It's forbidden love in one way or the other still exists, although it's rare these days. I don't know about in the Asian Pacific culture. It still may be the same way. I'm not sure what the current status of that is, but most consider having being forced to choose or have a mate chosen for you is cruel and unusual, and we don't have it a lot in America. I don't know about the rest of the world. There might be some religious sects that you pretty much have to do that, but they're not as harsh as they used to be about their punishments. But this is Blue Willow, and it has the right elements in it. Oh, there's the boat. There's the boat. There's not a bridge, but a fence on this one. The bridge is missing. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. There's the bridge. 3 figures going across, or are they fishing? Someday I'm going to bring out my whole Blue Willow collection and let y'all look at it, and I'll show you the different pieces I have. I have said for years on YouTube that I like Blue Willow, and not many people paid attention to it. I would definitely have preferred to buy this item from somebody I know, although this seller on eBay did an excellent job. But I'm going to be giving her first rating. She's new, or he's new, I'm not sure from the name. They definitely don't have a name that resembles anything on YouTube, and they only have 4 more items in their store. So I don't think they're professional eBay person. I think they're just doing it to sell a few things that they have. And maybe my good review, which I'll still give them a good review because it's not their fault that the one I had is a slightly taller version of this. That was my bad. I probably should have measured the pieces before they went away. I do have photos, but like I said, it's hard to tell from photos. So definitely no buyer regret.